Jacqueline, it's a great pleasure for me to meet you here, and your colleague has spoken so much about carbon equity that I was super impressed what you do, and I would love our audience also to understand what you do. And it's not just sustainability, you're half in Amsterdam, you're half in Berlin.
Yeah.
You were on stage, so can you tell us some secret messages which you might not have revealed before, which is really close to your heart?
Yeah, definitely. And what is close to my heart is climate investing. What I'm trying to do with carbon equity is to mobilize billions of dollars of private capital to help fund solutions to climate change. And we do that through our climate fund investing platform. So that's the thing I'm most passionate about.
It's wonderful, and what I heard is you are the founder. So female founder, I'm sure a lot of people see you as a big role model, in particular also women. I heard also you have already 200 million in your fund, which is quite a lot in 2.5 years from my experience.
Yeah, exactly.
You are aiming 10 billion, so you are aiming very big. But what is your background? So how did you get there?
I have a background as an entrepreneur and as an investor. So as a student, I started my first company. It was when I was 24, and now it's the biggest student-run strategy consultant in the Netherlands. It's 15 years old this year. And then I started my career formally in private equity, where I learned all about investing. But after 4 years, I got a bit bored in private equity investing, and I wanted to go back to building. So that's when I joined Rocket Internet, which is extremely well known in Germany.
Yes.
And I built their online real estate platform for Southeast Asia called Lamudi. I really learned how to build companies from 1 up to 500 people there in a really short amount of time. Amazing. And then I accidentally became an investor again. I became a partner in a venture capital fund. And then in 2019, I woke up to the climate crisis. I really had this moment of realizing this is the biggest challenge to solve. And so I started Carbon Equity with the idea of how can I bend the river of capital from the old world, from the fossil world to
the new world.
To the new world, exactly.
And doing something really valuable.
Yes, exactly. And that's what we try to do now.
And from your investing point of view, are there specific investments you are looking at, or you have a focus or a prime objective?
Yeah. So it's important to understand that Carbon Equity is not itself a venture capital fund, but we democratize access to the world's best climate, venture capital, and private equity funds. So typically, as a private individual, you have no access to these funds. You would need 5 million euros, maybe 10 million euros to invest in Breakthrough Energy Ventures, which is the #1 climate fund in the world. And what Carbon Equity does is we bundle a lot of small individual investors and lower that threshold from investing for 5 million to 50,000 euros. Wow. So with 50,000 euros, you invest in a portfolio of 150 to 250 of the world's fastest growing climate tech companies. And so this is a way of pulling capital into the space.
But making it more accessible.
Making it more accessible, exactly. And as a result, we basically get more capital for climate companies, but on the other hand also allow more people to benefit from the upside, from the value creation of investing in climate tech, because they can be extremely lucrative. All of these are super high growth companies like zero carbon cement, giant batteries for electricity storage.
Yeah, the world is so big on one hand, and then probably a normal investor, even big investors, don't know how to explore that world. So are there specific also startups? Are you in the startup scene or more in the advanced tech scene? So what is your point?
So we invest, we enable access to both early stage venture capital funds, really technology spin outs out of Harvard University or MIT, up to companies that have hundreds of millions in revenues, are profitable, and are for example, buyout opportunities. So through Carbon Equity, people invest from really early stage to very late stage across the whole spectrum.
And how do you do the selection and the due diligence? Do you have a special team? Yourself probably you are involved, I assume. Yeah?
I'm not involved, fortunately, but we have an investment team of 8 people. A lot of people who come from Carlyle and Alpinvest, which are really institutional,
big
asset managers, and a couple of people who come from McKinsey who really specialize in climate technology and energy transition. So we combine those 2 disciplines, and so basically we're a fintech platform that democratizes access to climate fund investments.
At the FIBE, what is the most exciting you have seen here so far?
What is really cool at FIBE is that there are some really awesome speakers. For example, Ali Nigma. I don't know if you saw his talk. He is the founder of Bunk, which is the biggest neobank of the Netherlands, and it's extremely inspiring to see like how we build a unicorn. We had the founder of N26 here, so for me, it's very cool to see all of these icons here. And secondly, it's cool to connect with other people who are in the same stage. We're a Series A funded company, so a lot of companies going through the same challenges. And
yeah, great network sharing, also the experiences and learning at the end is always very important.
Exactly.
And how you like the vibe at FIBE?
Yeah, it's cool. It's relaxed. It's very open. You talk to, you stand next to somebody and have like a conversation. So I like that. It's something I generally love about Berlin. So I'm based in Amsterdam, but I now indeed since recently spent 2 weeks a month in Berlin, and it's incredible how open it is. Every conversation I have, it's like 3 other conversations. So I really love the open-mindedness of the Berlin tech ecosystem.
Thank you very much. That was beautiful and wonderful having you with us, and hope to see you soon again. Thank you.